Alright, so we're going to go ahead and turn the crucible back on. We're going to come down to our material. We're going to use some scrap that we've cut up previously. We're going to grab a few of these. We're going to come over to our crucible. We're going to set these inside. You're going to have to use a little bit of judgment to melt these down. I just put a good bit in here. It's going to take a minute to grab a decent amount of scraps. So one thing you want to watch for is if there's any sort of impurity already. So we have a piece of tape on this one, so we're not going to put this in here. We'll have to remove that before we could put it in there. So I'm going to lay this off to the side for now. As on this one, you can see the impurities of residue left over from some sort of seal. So we're going to not use this one for now. So I suggest roughly around this amount of material for now. We're gonna let it melt down. There's a lot of air pockets in it. It'll eventually probably reduce to about half to maybe 3/4 of what is actually there in volume when it liquefies fully. And then later on, we'll look at it, we'll keep eyeballing it. If it's not at our desired level, then we'll keep adding material as we need. And that is pretty much it for the filling up the crucible.
Do you have the cap? So now that it's sitting there like that, how often should we check it and clear off the slag on it?
So currently, we are at a low temperature. As you see, it just barely went up. It'll take a while for this thing to heat up. I look at it probably roughly, I think, 900 degrees is when it should start slowly trying to turn to melt, if I do remember correctly. But it really just depends on what the melting point of the material you're trying to melt is.
So if we do check it, we take out the thermometer.
Take out the thermometer while you're wearing protective equipment, because you want to have gloves and some sort of sleeves so that way you don't splash metal on you.
Okay. And then
you'll look at your material. If it looks like it's got a puddle of liquid in there, but we still have some scraps because not all of it will fully melt. Some of it's larger than others, so some will melt slower than the others. We'll leave it until we can actually be able to get our scraper in there to then stir the top part of the layer off.
okay.
And once it starts liquefying, I'd probably check it every maybe 15 minutes or so. And if you smell any burning, you for sure want to check it at that point, because that is usually the impurities burning in the top layer.
Okay. Thank you.